and thank you for reading my newsletters and my content as usual. In this session today, I would like to speak about CRM strategy and CRM execution. It's been the last week I've been in Paris for the whole week, and in the meantime I have the chance to speak with some prospect clients and general people on LinkedIn, asking me, sharing with me their pain points, their constraints, and their gaps, their CRM. So basically, what I've seen is that in several times people have an idea, have a belief about the impacts and the actions they want to run in their CRM, but they don't have the foundations of the real and proper CRM strategy. This means that they really love some features, some capabilities, and they believe their way of doing things could be easily fixed just adopting a better CRM, a better procedure, a better tool, which is not actually the case. Companies where there are managers that are really lacking skills and experience around the CRM, but they have maybe good ideas, or they believe they have good ideas. Usually they are getting pretty good high salaries, and to justify that, they are supposed to have good ideas. Actually, in the CRM doesn't work like that. I would say in business in general, it doesn't work like that. At least my approach has always been, investing my own money in stuff to actually study and learn them for applying those when I had good results and kind of an expansion to the wider business. I want to make an example. So when I started my CRM in my wife's clinic, I didn't have 150 euro for paying the Salesforce license. This was a big constraint because we didn't basically have a budget. So I had to choose a very, very crappy CRM, which is still Blue Tiger. And I had to build some processes, some manual process on my own. So I didn't have the money to get a capability, and of course I didn't have the budget to invest. So I decided to work on the process, to map the sales process, to map the customer experience, the customer journey end to end. And I wanted to build everything very good for a customer perspective. This means that the website had to be like kind of a lead magnet, a lead sources for us. We didn't have the budget to run billboards, advertising in the newspapers, and so on. So it had to be SEO. So I have a very good SEO right now on my wife's clinic website. I just started having some campaigns, and I'm now investing 2,000 per month in advertising. But at the very beginning, you could imagine I didn't have budget at all. So all the strategy for me was to get member. So was to get referrals for my clinic. And how to do that? We had to provide a great experience. We started from scratch. We completely bootstrapped the clinic, again, from €0 as a starting point. And then how to do that, basically providing an amazing and outstanding experience, but also having systems in place, even using crappy CRM, that could help us in getting more clients without even paying them. So you could imagine the capabilities that the CRM had and currently has were so beautiful, so high, so good. But still, I tested the process. I filled eventually some gap. I had some assumption, of course, which makes sense to have assumptions. But before adopting the whole company, the whole system, and everything to do that, I need to test them. I need to get results. I need to build insights upon that, and I need to scale. And always looking at the data to measure the impact of those actions in terms of revenues, my North Star metrics, which were conversion rate, revenues, growth, new patients, new visits. This was basically my North Star metrics. So going back to companies, we always speak with companies that find this sort of alibi system by which nobody is really accountable for the CRM or for the development of a system of growth, which in my case is the CRM, because there is on one hand the technology that 90% of the cases have been chosen by C-levels who are actually pretty far from the field, from the business, so they don't really know the pain points of the business people, the field people. Maybe C-levels are working in IT, so they're integrating system, but they don't get the requirements from the business. On the business and side, feel, let's say, justified in not working properly with the CRM because they have no time, they didn't receive the proper training, they don't have a controller which actually helps them perform well, they didn't get the proper training because actually nobody is really accountable for that, or in the companies usually this happens, that nobody is actually, again, accountable or measured by the speed, by the results that the CRM is bringing. So this brings that in many cases, the lack of the culture of the CRM and the lack of the strategy of the CRM brings to a failure of the CRM itself. So big companies build these huge CRM projects with a lot of capability. Now we have the AI that is helping, and they expect that the AI and the development of the CRM just fixes every problem, and the lack of strategy. I spoke with a person who said, you are the expert of the CRM. While you set it up, I just want to follow your guidance, which is absolutely wrong, because even if I could be expert, I could provide some sort of guidance, but it's another job. It's separated from the CRM delivery. I want to build the strategy first. I want to build, data assumptions, understanding the North Star metrics for a company. I want to hear the company strategies in terms of expectations and desired outcome. And then my job is actually to translate those into CRM execution. I could actually provide some guidance, of course, but it's two separate things. And I really recommend to keep them separated and to keep them splitted, because once I am implementing the CRM, I should already know what are the goals of this. Otherwise, we are just mixing too many things. And again, if I am the consultant or the partner or the system integrator, I don't want companies turn back to me saying, oh, you didn't share this, you were expecting that. That's why I'm very clear at the very beginning of every discussion that there are different phases for the CRM adoption. And again, these phases that should have their own identity, their own, can I say, importance and phase during the process, during the project. And you can't really move next if you didn't fix the previous one. I call it fix the basics. So companies have to make the CRM strategy first. They should build the strategy and then they should execute. And why it's so important to have this? So first of all, you need to invest money. I always say higher is the investment, higher is the commitment. Not because, of course, I need to ask more money or there should be more money on the table, but if a company commits, not just buying licenses that could be cheap or expensive, but if the company commits into buying a consultations, buying a strategy sessions, auditing, or this kind of stuff at the very beginning, this shows the commitment. If I had budget at the very beginning, I would have chosen Salesforce as a CRM and a consultant which had years of experience in this field to accelerate the progress, the transformation, the change management, and this kind of stuff. But again, as I didn't have budget, I had to learn stuff on my skin. I made some mistakes at the very beginning, and I had to choose the worst, probably one of the cheapest and the worst CRM. But again, just to conclude this, if you have a good strategy and a bad CRM, but good people and good process, good training, and so on, you could really grow a lot, really a lot, 200-300% year over year, if you just change the way you work. If you have a great CRM, on the other hand, if you have a very good or great CRM, but if you don't change the people, the way they use the CRM, if you don't impact on the strategy, and if you don't focus on that, that great CRM is totally useless. So I can share thousands of workaround I'm finding and I'm using for my CRM, for my clients one, just to save money in order to test some stuff before speaking about technology. But firstly, you need to be focused on the strategy, because again, it's very, 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 very important that you speak about the software capabilities, the software opportunities, and what you really want to achieve. You want really the software do right after the strategy session. I never speak about software capabilities in the first month or 2 months of a job, because again, software is a thing that could be done from thousands of competitors, but strategy is something that should be totally agnostic, totally far from the technology, because it's not about what a CRM can do. It's about what the company should do, must do, and you want people to do. So it doesn't have anything to do with the CRM. because you can find workaround with the CRM, but you should focus first at least 1 or 2 months on the CRM strategy, auditing, and so on. To conclude, I really hope this helps you in designing your CRM strategy, your CRM approach, generally speaking. Then you focus on the capability on the platform. You do that impact assessment, these kind of things, but when you're conscious about what you really want to achieve through the CRM strategy, and then speak about technology, vendors, capabilities, impacts, and priorities. That's another job. That's something really, really important, but that comes later, you know. So again, my reminder, don't skip the CRM strategy session, the CRM strategy assessment, because if you skip that, you are more likely to make mistake and just go to the platform, you know, thinking that you have all the answers and imagine to replicate your current process with another tool, with another platform, but this won't help your company's growth. They would probably make you actually slower because you have to learn new things, new platform, new procedures to do the exact same thing that you're doing now that probably are not 100% efficient, so, or effective if you speak about growth. So thanks for watching this. I really hope you enjoyed this session, and yeah, that's in my newsletter. That's basically what I'm talking about on weekly basis. Really, again, hope you like that, and I want to invite you to next sessions, the next newsletters, especially to the next big CRM event that will happen the 12th, the 12th of June. So let me know if you're interested in participating, and have a good weekend. Bye bye.